Are we live?
Yeah, we are.
Hi.
I'm
Hi.
even live on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. I have to just say go live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome to
Hi,
our.
Sandhya.
Hi, Melissa. Welcome to our world famous Thursday lives. And today we are talking about a super hot, burning topic. Isn't that right?
Oh yes. Oh yes. It's how to never return an online purchase ever again.
Or maybe how to look stunning and gorgeous in that online dress that you bought after reading a size chart and comparing it to your own measurements. So
That's
we
right.
are going to tell you how to measure yourself perfectly and beautifully so you can get super close to being an online successful shopper, like a super successful online shopper, right, Melissa?
Absolutely. Why is this important?
I think because all of us, like, I dread leaving my house now. I dread, going out shopping. So most of my shopping actually happens at 12 a.m. in the night, while I'm just bored and I'm just like scrolling and online shopping and like buying stuff. So that's why I think it's so important to know your own body measurements so you know what's gonna fit you. And I read a few reviews, I read the size chart, and I know. And I think I'm like 95% successful when I shop online. I get like whatever I order usually fits me fine. What do you say?
Okay. I think that is amazing that you do that. So the industry standard for returns, so this is like across all e-commerce, is like 40 to 50%
I know, right?
for
Wow.
for dresses, for shirts, for pants, that sort of thing. I think it might be higher for shoes. So it's actually really difficult to buy the correct size. And a lot of people, I think what they end up doing is they'll buy like two of the same size and try them on, which
Yeah.
I do that. I understand the impulse to do that, but then you're going to have to return something,
Return.
or you're going to be like me and you're going to have like two pairs of pants in two slightly different sizes that you never end up returning.
Yeah, and sometimes you need it too, because if your size fluctuates so much, because I have these customers who order like a small, medium, large, and I'm like, why do they need three? But then I realize that they're just trying to find which size works best for them, and I'm like, it's better if you just ask me. Just
It's
send me
true.
your height, your weight in pounds, and what a size you wear in like some regular brands, and I could direct you. So that's me. But then I thought, let's make this video and help people out, educate them, and what works best for their body. And also, I think what is also important is understanding your shape, your height, because even with a certain height and weight, you might be bottom heavy or top heavy, or you might have a rectangular shape. So certain dresses look good on you or fit differently on you, so understanding that also helps, right?
Absolutely. So you and we have a special experience, right? Because we're both fashion designers and we both have, between the two of us, more than 40 years of experience. But I know
Wow.
I've been doing apparel, like custom apparel, for over 20 years. And I'm sure it's something similar for you, although you're a bit younger than
Please do not reveal our age. I am an ageist.
I
Let's just say that above everything else, I'm an ageist. So yeah.
am.
Well,
But you have a lot of experience because you started
I do have
working when you were
20
three
plus
years
years
old.
of experience for sure, yes.
And so we both, we've measured the body, we've learned we can make our own patterns, we can make custom clothes. So we're very familiar with like what it takes to take someone's measurements and turn that into a custom garment. And this is like with our years of training and our years of experience as fashion designers. But I don't expect anyone that comes to my site or to sandhyagarg.com will have that sort of experience, right?
Right.
She's a normal woman. She just wants to buy a dress that makes her feel as beautiful as she is.
Right. And but I think before we go any further, let's tell people about ourselves. Why don't you start and tell people what exactly do you do, Melissa?
Sure, I'm Melissa and I make the Straw Hat Bike Helmet, which is a real bicycle helmet that looks like a straw hat. And I've been selling these for over 10 years. And one of my big challenges is teaching people how to measure their head size, because I get a lot of people saying, I have a huge head, or I have a tiny head, or something like that. And the truth is, you probably don't. You probably have a normal human
Yeah.
sized head.
Yeah. It's usually you being hard on yourself.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's seeing that number on the measuring tape. Like, I hope I can bring people some comfort. It's just a number. We just want to help you get the best result and the best fit.
Okay, and hi guys, if we haven't met before, my name is Sandhya Garg. You may or may not have seen me on Project Runway season 13 or Carnival Catwalk on Peacock TV. So those are my claim to fame. I've done two reality TV shows. I am a trained fashion designer with 2 degrees in fashion, one from the very prestigious London College of Fashion. Like Melissa, I have over 20 years of fashion experience. I can of course, make a garment from scratch, amongst other things. And yeah, I have been measuring, making, constructing, pattern cutting, stitching, finishing clothes for over 20 years now. So that's me. And like you, I have started shopping a lot online. I am a mom of two. Melissa is also a mom, and we have to have we've made our lifestyle more productive and more faster to be more successful as businesswomen, as moms, as someone who does it all, right?
Right.
So therefore we keep training ourselves to be more successful, to be more efficient in our daily life, and those are the skills we want to impart through our yummy mummy style chat that we do every fortnightly, if I'm not wrong, on Thursdays.
That's
And
right.
Melissa brings to you her expert with her helmets, and we'll probably start with you, Melissa, with measuring the helmet, and then we'll take you
Absolutely.
to clothing, right? So let's start with Melissa. And guys, if you like what you see, do go check out our website, sandhyagarg.com, bikepretty.com. That's Melissa right here. And do follow us on social media. If you're watching this, it's probably coming to you through our YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. Do like and follow, because that helps us, make more helpful content and also reach more people. Right, Melissa?
That's right. So Sandhya and I, we both have independent brands. So we're small companies, we're self-funded, and we're not part of bigger organizations. But the thing is, like, we can offer something that,
Big
big brands
things
cannot.
to offer, yeah.
No, we have very, very specialist styles, and we know our customer really well. And I would say, if you're someone who's shopping online and you're thinking of trying out an independent brand, and you're not even sure if it's like a real independent brand or what, maybe it's just some weird drop shipping site from who knows what country, I would say the first thing to always look for is there a size chart on the website? Do the clothes have a size chart? Because often, if it's a small company and they're actually shipping the items, they take a lot of care with their size chart. If it's a drop shipping organization, they probably don't even know what a size chart is, and they don't understand measurements. So I am actually constantly updating my size chart with feedback from my customers. So if I ship out a helmet and it's the wrong size, I ask people for their head measurement and I try to work it out. So I've adjusted my size chart over the years based on the feedback that I get from my customers. Now, the number one thing is, people always tell me like they have a big head, but when buying a helmet, you really just need this, a very simple tape measure. I think I got this one from like the pharmacy, from Walgreens, Walmart, Target, like almost anywhere you will, if you find the sewing section, they will have, or even just like the mending section, they will have a tape measure like this. And this is like the number one tool that will help prevent your returns from having to do so many returns. So what I do is I just measure my head like this. My hair is down, it's flat against my skull. Just going above my eyebrows, right above my ears like this. I'm not making it too tight so that it hurts, but I'm staying close. And I just get the measurement right where the tape meets. Ooh, thank you, Sandhya. Right there. And that is my head measurement. So I'll mark it with my finger. And it's pretty much exactly 22 inches. And that's how I know. So I'll just go to the size chart on my website, or any other website and look it up right there. 22 inches. This tape measure, it also has centimeters. So I can see on this side, I am right about 56 centimeters. Easy.
Quick question, Melissa. So if it is an
Yes.
in-between number, do you want to go up or down while shopping? So say if I'm a 21 and a half or a 22 and a half, and my options are 21, 22, 23 in inches. So what should I go for? Should I go for like the bigger number or the smaller number?
Oh, that's a great question. So if your head measurement, so if you're shopping for a helmet like this, like mine, let me give an example. Like this one, it's made out of a rigid plastic, and that's what gives the protection, right, of a bicycle helmet. It's that it's hard. So it's never going to stretch. So it's never going to become bigger than its biggest measurement. However, it does have an adjustment dial here, so it can become smaller. So if you're looking at a helmet, and this one I think goes up to, this one goes up to like 24 and a quarter inches. If your head is bigger than that, this is too small. But if your head is smaller than that, yeah, you can adjust it with this dial effect here.
So basically, it's better to size up than size down, right?
For a bicycle helmet, yes.
Yeah.
Now there are other materials. So if you're going to buy a sweater, that's going to be different because that's made of a stretch material.
And also, what fit you prefer? Do you prefer a loosey fit or a fitted fit?
You know, that is actually really, really important. So I kind of have a shorthand for this. I'm like, are you American or are you European? Because my European customers are much more used to a tight fit and they're just comfortable with that. Whereas my American customers prefer a relaxed fit.
And we are talking about clothing.
Clothing and helmets, actually.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting. So,
Yeah.
guys, that's how, and your head measurements can help you to get yourself a helmet, a headscarf, a hat, right? It could be a
Exactly.
cowboy hat, a straw hat if shopping online. So you could read the size chart. Once you have those measurements, write them down, keep them handy. We are all online shoppers. Something I really like to do is make a note in my phone so I'm not
I was
running.
just going to say that, yeah, your notes app. So I have my measurements, I have my kids' measurements, and I have my husband's measurements.
In your notes app, so when you're shopping it just makes your life easy, and you want to put it in inches and centimeters because sometimes the size chart is in one or the other, so therefore you're not stressed and you can make an informed decision. Now let's jump to the clothes, Melissa. Are you
Yes.
ready?
I'm
So
ready.
let's jump to the clothes. I'm going to put my fashion designer stethoscope style measuring tape on. So
Oh, that's right.
what
I'll
helps?
join you.
So, Melissa, let's put our fashion designer on. Yep, Melissa's ready, and so am I. So, what I think, first of all, knowing your height. So, how tall are you? If you are 5'4", 5'5", 5'6", and also knowing that in inches or centimeters helps. So, I'm 5'4" and a half. How tall are you, Melissa? Almost 5'5".
I'm 5'4", 5'4"
5'4" and also knowing your body shape. I'm an hourglass shaped person, so I'm like this. So I have a tiny waist, I have bust, tiny waist, and hips. How about you, Melissa?
I'm more pear shaped, so narrow on top and then widens out. I also know I have a long torso.
Yeah. And then long torso. Again, I also have a long torso because either you have longer legs or a longer torso, and I have seen all these different shapes on people. Like people who usually have long legs also have longer arms. So you want to measure your arms and legs. And I am a longer torsoed person. So Melissa is pear shape. I am an hourglass shape. I know people who are apple shaped or people who are an inverted triangle shape. So, do you know, Melissa, what an apple shape is?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
Apple shaped. Yeah. So that's where you're going to have a rounder tummy. You're going to have a waist measurement that is not really that distinct from the hip measurement. Those people, there also they tend to have very slender legs as well. So it's kind of a correlation there, which is interesting. And yeah, take your measurements and figure it out. But I think it's always important when you're looking at a garment that you want to buy online. Are the measurements given for the garment itself or for the body to fit?
Body. Yeah, that makes complete
Or
sense.
check, because it might be specified in there. Some, I have seen some websites, they give the measurements of the clothing and not necessarily the measurements
I,
of the
I
fit model.
I think usually when it's on the product page, specifically in the photo slider or something, it says this, these are the product measurements and they show it next to the product. If it's a
Yeah,
generic size chart where it says US women size chart, it's the body measurement. So
that's a
it's
great
that
point.
helpful. And on that, let me explain the last shape, which is an inverted triangle shape. And I have seen a lot of women have that, where you're kind of top heavy, you have more slimmer hips, slimmer legs, and you are bust heavy and you have broader shoulders. So I have seen women have that shape. There is no right or wrong, no shape that is more beautiful than the other shape. I think all shapes are beautiful, and no matter what shape you are, you can look stunning, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and measurements, like we're not taking measurements. I used to make custom clothes and I would take people's measurements. It was absolutely essential to the process. And people have a lot of big feelings around their measurements. And so I learned to be very, very discreet when I was taking measurements. I can't take a measurement and then gasp at what the number
Oh
is.
no,
It's absolutely the wrong way to do it. And not that I ever would do that, but I didn't want to make my clients feel self-conscious. So I would just write it down. But it's just a number and it's just a tool. It is not a measurement of your value. It's just to help us understand how to get the clothes that fit you the best.
and I think at the end of the day, honestly, you're stunning in any size, in any shape, any form. You just need to dress yourself up and be happy and confident with who you are. And I used to really struggle with my shape, with my size. One can always find zillion things wrong with themselves after looking at a Victoria's Secret fashion show. But I have seen women being on the bigger side and looking so stunning that I wanted to be them. Like, I wanted to eat my way, put on more pounds and look like them, because they look so happy and so stunning. So it really doesn't matter if you are thick, thin, big, small. Just love yourself for who you are, and everyone else will follow, right?
It's true. Absolutely. So
So
when you go to a site, yeah, like what measurements are the primary ones?
So let's start with the primary measurements. I have a fantastic volunteer here, Mrs. Dressform, who has who has volunteered to get herself measured. So let's start with the very basics. We'll do your bust measurement, your waist measurement, and your hip measurement. Melissa, do you want to do it on yourself, and I'll do it on Mrs. Dressform? So let's measure. Melissa's trying to put me in the forefront.
I'm trying. Let me try. Okay. No.
I think you'll have to kick yourself out.
Oh, okay.
So Melissa's going to leave and rejoin us so I can take the center stage. Solo layout. Yes. Melissa, I'm here. Come back. So let's start with our very first measurement while Melissa joins us. Melissa, it's okay. You can come back.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll still switch to solo, and Melissa's measuring herself. So let's do the bust measurement. And I'm doing it all in inches, and you can do it in inches and also in centimeters at the same time. So bust measurement is the fullest part of your bust or boobs, and you want to take it over the fullest or the biggest part of your bust. So I have Miss Dressform right here, and she is 35 35 on fullest part of her bust. Now for standard US American women's size, a small is anywhere between 35 to 36 inches on bust. Right,
So if
Melissa?
you're not a dress form, should you wear a bra when you take this
Yes,
measurement?
please. If you
Okay.
are going to wear a bra with your dress, you need to do that.
Okay.
You need
How
to
do
measure yourself.
your foundation garments, as
Yeah,
it's
with your
called?
foundation garments. So because you're not wearing your dress without, if you are wearing your dress without your bra, then by all means take it without the bra. So that's our first measurement, and we are doing the foundation measurements. So that's bust. Now let's go to your waist, which is, and with usually a size chart. With every size, it'll be a 2 inch change in measurements. So a small would be 35, 36 inches
Uh,
at bust. A medium would be 37, 38. It's gonna grade like that. A large might be uh, what 39, 40. So it will go up like that. And if it's numbered sizes like 6, 7, 8, or whatever, it might be different, so you want to look that up too. So the waist is the slimmest part of your, let me pull her up, is the slimmest part of your waist. Let me come
what
show.
if your apple shape? Where do you measure? Like at the
It's still
bend?
going to be the narrowest part of your body. So
Okay.
it's right here. So that's your waist right here. And you can measure yourself without any clothes on, with maybe just your undergarments on. We definitely can't do that on a video, on a family friendly video. But yeah, but I'm wearing a super thin dress, and Melissa's also wearing a body hugging top. So that's another
Yeah.
option. So you want to measure the slimmest part of your waist. Now, what also matters is your, let's talk about HSP, which is your highest shoulder point, which is right here. And going to
HSB, highest shoulder
shoulder
point.
point,
Oh.
and then measuring your waist from here, which is usually anywhere from 15 to 17 inches in
And you
adult.
go over the bust for that,
Yeah,
right?
you want to go over the bust. So I'm right here, and it's about 17-inch for me. So depending on, and then knowing that measurement is helpful. So
Mine
and that's
is
your
almost
measurement.
18. Remember I was saying I have a long torso, so
Long
that's
torso.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 17 and 18 are on the longer side, because usually a lot of women, and the higher your size, uh, depending on your height, it might be 15 or 16, which is fine. There's no right or wrong. So you want to get the smallest part of your waist, and how much is your HSP over the bust, highest point on bust to your waist. So those are three measurements now. So we have your bust, all round bust measurement. We have your all round natural waist measurement. We have your highest shoulder point, HSP, to your natural waist measurement, right? For a
I was trying
standard
to follow along. Yeah.
US size woman who's 5'5", 5'6", it should be anywhere in size small from 35 to 36 inches. HSP to waist can be 15 to 17-inch, and your natural waist would be anywhere from 24 to 26-inch for a size small.
But obviously if you have a fuller bust, then this measurement could be a lot
Well, of
longer
course,
because it's got to accommodate a fuller bust.
yes.
That's really interesting. Or if you're short waisted, or
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, and it totally depends size. All women are beautifully sized, and they're sized differently. Now let's do my favorite, low waist and then hip measurement. So low waist is like 3 inches below your natural waist, or 4 inches below your natural waist. If you want to put your hand like this from the
Oh.
point where you measure your natural waist and measure your low waist, or also at the point where you tie your skirt or your denims. So that helps when you are getting buying yourself a skirt or a trouser. So measure that, and also these measurements keep changing with your age. So you want to probably measure
This
your.
measurement will change throughout the day. This measurement will change after lunch.
Also, this measurement might change after the holiday season. So
Yes.
keep measuring yourself. So yeah, so this is our low waist measurement, where your skirt sits, where your pants sit. So that's why we need to measure ourselves there. Right, Melissa?
Oh yeah.
Okay, right. Melissa's writing her measurements down. So now let's go to our hip level. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down so you can see I'm right here. Now let's go to my hips. And again, this is going to be the fullest part
The fullest part.
of your butt, where your
Okay.
hips are the biggest. and about 8 inches, 8 to 10 inches below your natural waist. Can you see? It's like about 8 to 10 inches below my natural waist. So that's your hip measurement right there.
So so I feel like, again, let's see. So I have this is my widest part, but
Yeah.
then let me measure from my waist. Okay, yeah, so that is pretty much exactly 8 inches.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
it's
right.
science. It's science. It's all been done before, guys. It's all been done before. So again, your hip measurement right here. And what do we have? We have about 5 measurements now, Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 5 measurements, which are your natural bust, your natural waist, your HSP to waist, your low waist, and your hip measurements. Now these are the bare minimum measurements that you know. Also, if you're to understand your body shape, if you have these measurements, you can understand your body shape, right, Melissa?
I think so.
Yeah, because if your bust and hip are the same size and you have a smaller number for your waist, your hourglass shape.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm bringing my camera back up so it doesn't look like creepy. And if you have, not so much difference, between your waist and your bust and your hip, then your rectangle shape. And if you have bigger measurements for your low waist and hip and waist, then your bust, you are pear shaped. And if you have a bigger chest and smaller waist and a smaller hip, you're inverted triangle shape, right?
That's right. That's
So
right.
simple, so simple, so easy. If you know these 5 measurements, you know your height, you know your shape, you can successfully shop online, right, Melissa? but
I agree.
but
I think it helps a lot. But I
yeah.
think the other thing is how to read a size chart, right? So um, take your, I would say if you're buying a dress and you have, your three main measurements, your bust, waist, and hip. So which of those is the largest one, right? Because we can always take away fabric with an alteration, but it's very difficult to add fabric with an alteration. So if you're looking to buy something online, accommodate for the largest measurement in most cases.
Yeah, like, if I'm shopping for a dress and I see also the dress shape of the dress matters. So if I'm shopping online for a dress and I see the skirt part is loose, it's A line, it's got
It's
this
gathered.
volume, then what matters is my bust and my waist shape.
That's right.
And to say that again, if I'm shopping online and if I say the top is loose and the bottom is tighter fit, then my hip measurement would matter a lot more than my top measurement, right, Melissa?
That's right. So for the dress you
Yeah.
have on right now, I understand. To
So
me,
I squeezed myself in size small. I'm so happy. I have been wearing size large and size XL for so long now. But, anyways, I've been on this journey of being more fit as I turned a certain number of age, which I'm not going to reveal. But, anyways, I am squeezed into a size small. Now, the top is a blouson. So, this
um,
measurement wasn't super important. What was the waist? Because there's some fitting and elastication at the waist. And the skirt is a wrap and it's showing off my gorgeous legs. Okay, now my laptop's in the way here, so it's showing my legs. But then again,
oh,
my
it's a wrap. That's
it's a
so
wrap.
clever. I thought it was like a shift dress, but
Yeah, it's a wrap.
that so this is like why you're a genius fashion designer, is because you created this silhouette that really looks like a chic dress,
Yeah,
right? But because you have a blouson top that has accommodation, and because you have a wrap that's going to accommodate different hip
accommodate.
measurements.
Yeah. So also when you're getting a wrap, you can always size down. I won't size up with a wrap silhouette. So that's, you can consider some things. Again, a maxi dress, a huge flowy maxi dress, you can always size down instead of sizing up. Because I mean, it is a moo already. You don't want to look like you're wearing a sack.
I would
So
say for maxi dresses, so if it's a silhouette that is very loose, I would say consider the shoulder
yeah,
measurement.
yeah. And with that being said, let's do a cross front. And these are the
Okay,
measurements you can do easily yourself. So, Melissa, are you ready? So,
I'm
this is
ready.
the cross front measurement right here.
So I'm measuring this, my sweater, it has a
Yeah,
seam right
seam
here
to
that's
seam.
basically in line with my armpit. And I'm just like maybe 1 inch above my armpit
Yeah.
here.
So you can probably 2 inches below your collarbone. So you can do this measurement, and that's your across front, and then your shoulder measurement. So if you want to write across front for yourself, and these measurements don't change that much. So a
No,
shoulder
they don't.
measurement is from your shoulder seam or shoulder point. So you just want to take your measuring tape right here. I'm doing this without any help. So you can too. Melissa's going to show you her back right here. And she has no hair in the way. So that's your shoulder measurement. Let me put my hair away and
Am
let's.
I doing it? Am I doing it?
No, you have to be on top, Melissa.
Oh, on top.
So it has to be literally right here.
Oh,
Like,
on the very across the
yeah.
shoulder like this.
So
Okay.
shoulder seam to shoulder seam. So what also really helps is you can wear a fitted shirt and then do shoulder seam to shoulder seam. So I have very narrow shoulders. Yeah, usually my shoulders are about 14 and standard measurement is 15 and a half for a small size. What are your, I think you have nice shoulders, Melissa.
I got 16.
Yeah. So that's a very standard measurement. I do have very
Been
narrow
working out.
shoulders. So, I mean, depending on if you're buying an off shoulder dress, like everything falls off my shoulders without even trying. So dependent on, but I own it. I own all the styles. So you can have your shoulder measurements, and then also if you have a thick neck, you want to know the neck measurement for your crew necks, so it doesn't feel like you are being choked. So that's how you can measure a comfortable neck. Sometimes it also helps running a finger through your
Yeah.
measurement to see that's comfortable, and it gives you a clear idea. Also depending on if something you're buying has stretch or no stretch, you can make a shopping decision based on that, right?
What
So
would you look for in the product description to understand if something has stretch
stretch
or if it doesn't?
stretch so if it is a four-way stretch, if it is a two-way stretch, so if it's a four-way stretch, the length also matters because the garment is stretching every way possible. If it is a
Okay.
two-way stretch, then it's only stretching horizontally. If it's a
So the
four-way,
width.
yeah, it's stretching horizontally and vertically. So like for example, I got these leggings yesterday, and I usually buy a large for my bottoms because I'm different, a bigger size on bottom, and I ended up getting medium. And when I got them out, they look like small, and I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna be like three-fourths or shorter? Because I need to return them. But then I put them on, and they were four-way stretch, and they sat on my ankles. So
Okay.
so it matters. So even when you're not shopping online, you're shopping in person, what kind of stretch the garment has.
And then I think so if the fabric composition has lycra in it or spandex in it, then it's probably going to have stretch with.
Usually all garments have 1 to 2% lycra, and that gives garment a lot of stretch. Like
Yeah.
1 to 2% lycra gives your denim so much stretch, they fall completely differently. So you want to see the amount of stretch, and you want to probably size accordingly and not go bigger, because then it's going to look like, again, a sack on you.
Yeah. I remember when we were studying in fashion design school, we talked about ease. So that would be like we were making clothes out of a material that doesn't stretch much. We need to add a little bit of extra
Yeah.
room because the body moves, right? Like we were taking our measurements, but you need room to move around. But then when it came to knits, we talked about negative ease because we actually want it to kind of like suck us in a little bit
And hold you right.
and hold. Yeah.
Yeah, also like when we are talking about ease, a woven garment with no stretch at least has 2 inch ease.
Oh, it will naturally stretch.
So naturally it falls, right? Like, it's not
Yeah.
like I'm not like a superhero in a superhero costume where the dress is just grabbing me everywhere. It's like, it's a decent fit. It's fitted, but it's not just, grabbing me everywhere.
You know,
And
that's funny. I find when I buy jeans, especially my hips, I don't like to buy my hip measurement. I like to buy like 1 or 2 inches smaller because I like that
that
feeling.
snatch. But again, it's as you shop, and the starting point is knowing your measurements, and then as you shop you get perfect. I don't think I got perfect in one day or one shopping trip. it's been years of experience, but our aim here is to make you a pro in 10 minutes.
So the measurements that you took today, are those on your size chart?
Oh, yes, yes. I do not have across front shoulder. We do bust, lower waist, natural waist, and hip, because I feel the dresses I do, these are the most relevant measurements. And usually, if women can get these four measurements right, everything else falls in place. So, for example, if you are an arm heavy person like my mom is, you want to know your bicep measurement.
Oh, yeah.
Bicep measurement is literally the fullest part of your arm, which is about 11-inch for me. If you're a bodybuilding person, it might be bigger for you. So when
Mine is, let's see, 13.
13, yeah, there's no right and wrong. So if you are buying this gorgeous expensive jacket that you can't return, you want to make sure the bicep looks right, because a lot of times people get stuck in the arms and the body fits right and you're like, oh, I can't move.
That
So
happens to me.
it happens to you. And also,
Yeah.
if you have long arms, because the industry standard is 20 to 22 inches for sleeve
Oh, yeah.
length. So if you want to measure your sleeve length, we'll go from shoulder to not your wrist, but let an inch below your wrist.
An inch below. Okay. It's so
That's it.
hard to do it myself, but
So
I think
I'm
I'm doing
literally
it.
21 inches, which is the industry standard. So that gives me enough room when I fold my arm, the sleeve hem would hit my wrist, and when I'm standing straight, the sleeve is going to be below my wrist.
I
So
am 22 and 7/8, so I knew I had long arms.
yeah,
Yeah, that confirms it. Yeah.
so having your bicep measurement, and if you're bigger arms, also having your armhole measurement. Let's do the armhole now, Melissa.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it the other way around. So I think we've been pretty successful in getting all these measurements without help solo. I do Pilates and yoga, guys, if that helps you. So that's armhole, and you want to take armhole with the ease. You don't want it to be super tight. So
So do
that's,
you put one finger underneath the
yeah, one
measurement?
finger,
Okay. Okay.
one finger.
I got
Yes.
mine.
Yeah, I got mine. It's usually somewhere between 16 to 18.
Mine is 17 and a half.
See, and these measurements are super standard until unless you're super big. So then you want to go for custom. Like my mom has thunder arms, like they're
How
huge.
lucky. She's got big arms to give me
Right?
big
So she's
hugs.
like, no jackets for her, cardigans fit her fine because they stretch. So
Oh.
therefore, depending on your body, guys, we are celebrating your body. We are celebrating our own body, and that's why clothes need to celebrate you, not the other way around. You don't need to celebrate clothes; the clothes need to celebrate you and your shape. Right,
And
Melissa?
getting your accurate measurements is like a wonderful first step. Don't worry about like the number as a judgment. Just use it to help you find your best shape and your best size.
And look
It's
your
just a
best.
tool.
I think when stuff fits well, you look so good, you feel so confident, and it just adds to who you are as a person. I mean, I'm not special because I'm wearing a special dress, but I do feel elevated, confident, happier when I'm wearing something that fits good, looks good on me. So that's me doing this dress, right,
Well,
Melissa?
I love that you wore that dress, Chris, because I got to see you in a beautiful dress, which makes me happy. But then I got to learn about your genius design skills and how you made that dress to accommodate different body shapes while still providing this beautiful, elegant silhouette. Like I for years was like, oh, I could never wear that silhouette of dress because it never accommodates me in the hips. But seeing that you created it with a wrap, I'm like, oh,
You
maybe
should
that could
always give
work
it
for
a
me.
try. I know. I feel like people are so stuck in, oh, this looks good on me, this does not look good on me. And I get it. By all means, do that. But at the same time, that childlike quality of being excited and intrigued by everything, and, the need to experiment, like, try, eat something, try clothes on and
Yeah.
see what looks good on you. You never know. You might not even know this version of you exists until you try the dress on. So give it a try.
I love that. So how about we leave it at that? So take
Yeah.
the measurements, but as always, just give it a try.
Yes, and I let's leave it at that. But I do want to ask you one very important, because I think we've covered everything else except this.
Okay.
So just one myth or fact, Melissa, for you
Um,
is all brands follow the same size chart. Myth.
uh, this is a big myth. This is a
Okay.
big myth. There is no such thing as a standard size. Now, in the US, we do have standard measurements, and they derived from a World War II initiative where the military wanted to make uniforms, and that was like where standard sizes come from. But every single company has to adjust
Different
their own
size chart.
size chart,
Yeah.
and it's based on their fit model, it's based on their aesthetic, and it's based on their customer feedback.
Exactly, like Abercrombie or and Fitch would have these 6 feet lanky models, gorgeous blonde models, and that's their size chart. Whereas a Gap might have, a different size chart. So
Yep.
you want to read through all size charts. So the fact is, every brand measures differently. That medium could be a small or large elsewhere. I have found Ralph Lauren sizing to be so different, and Europe sizes, especially the armholes and the neck lengths and arm lengths, to be very different for European sizes compared to American sizes, because we're different people everywhere. So you want to
Mhm.
read a size chart, understand it, and understand where the brand is being designed and created, because that influences the size chart.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, thank you so much for joining us, guys. I want you to take your body measurements. Tell us in comments below what body shape you are, so we can recommend sizes to you, dresses to you, or what dress shape looks good on you. And put your head sizes, so Melissa can tell you what helmet is going to be a great fit for your head. And if you have any size related questions, feel free to put them in, right, Melissa?
I want to know where people find the best fitting jeans. So, like, which company has the best fit in
Is
jeans?
it
Because I'm
is it
always shopping
an
for that.
Levi's or an AG or Zara? What jeans do you wear, Melissa?
I wear Zara and Gap jeans
Yeah,
for the
so
most part.
whatever. Is it an Abercrombie? What is your favorite denim? Tell us in comments below. And
Mhm.
we love to read your comments. And where are you guys watching us from on this video? Do tell us. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you soon with our next world famous video, right?
That's right. Thank you, Sandhya.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for your measurements. Bye.
Bye.